Hey guys, so the moment I saw Freestyle for the first time, it was obvious that Samsung had a winner in their hands, purely because of the simple reason that this thing is almost the size of my coffee mug. And as someone who has been toying with the idea of getting a TV in the bedroom, this was a liberated feeling. I mean, I straight away took it to my bedroom and set it up and I was like, this is amazing. I mean, price-wise, it costs about £999 in the UK and $899 in the US. So it's the cheapest device. I mean, it's expected from a premium device, I guess. So in this video, I will be unboxing, split the video into various use cases, movies, gaming, who this device is for, and some things I don't like. So let's do it. So quickly unboxing, very familiar box design, the same as what I had for my QN95A. Quick setup guide, don't really need that. Now this must be the box with all the cables. Let's have a look. Yep, more user manual stuff, won't be using that either. Okay, so this is a 65 watt adapter, typical Samsung style. USB-C cable, yep, looks like decent length. And finally, there it is, name style, Freestyle, and yes, of course, the sleeky new remote. Alright, let's have a closer look at the projector. Wow, this thing looks really good, doesn't it? I really like the aesthetics of it. The top lid is what's used for the lamp mode. Opening it up reveals the projector lens. Let's have a closer look at the remote. Yep, very familiar buttons, pretty much same as my QN95A, obviously smaller and white. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the solar charging panel. Now, I also have this carry case with me, which is meant to be a must-buy accessory, as this projector is designed to be carried around. I really like the green color, and design itself is actually pretty neat. Right, I'm gonna quickly try and see how well it fits. Ah, that's a perfect fit and there should be no problem in carrying this around. Great stuff, Samsung. The exterior of the projector is covered with a soft and flexible rubber-like material that should offer assistance against minor bumps and scratches. In terms of port, it has a USB-C for power, HDMI 1.4 which supports EARC, and at the top is a mic on-off switch. There are 3 mics on the device, and at the bottom is where the 360-degree speaker is. Hidden behind the rubber flap is the socket to use as a tabletop projector. The front of the unit is the removable cap, which also functions as a lamp, and under it is a lens along with the touch-sensitive controls for power and volume, as well as a spot to tap for easily connecting smartphones. I actually noticed the stand screw is plastic, so definitely need to be careful with that. This device also supports Bluetooth 5.2, Wi-Fi 5 and AirPlay 2, which makes this a very versatile device. Setup is fairly simple and familiar if you have recently set up a Samsung telly. Basically, this is a Samsung TV and a projector. Initially, I had to install a firmware update, which took about 10 minutes, and then you can choose your voice assistant if you'd like, and that's about it. You're ready to go. You know, as you can see, there is every app you'll ever need, and then there is Samsung TV with plenty of free contents. This probably has to be the most ready to go out of the box projector in the market right now. You know, one of the main sell of this product is obviously the keystone and autofocus, and in most cases it works very well. Unless you try and point it at random surfaces. I mean, why would you? It worked perfectly well on my ceiling and bedroom wall. You know, in few cases I had to adjust it manually depending on the angle, but this is a very straightforward process and should have no problem at all. In terms of settings, it looks very similar to Samsung TVs, with few extras specifically for the projector, like auto rotating based on the surface, screen scaling and moving, etc. You can adjust your picture modes based on your color preference. I personally prefer the dynamic mode as it makes everything looks more vibrant. Just my personal choice. You also get specific settings if you connect it to a PC. There is also smart calibration using your phone, making it very useful when projecting onto off-white walls. It's also meant to help with colored walls, but I wouldn't be too enthusiastic about it. Now, I don't know a lot about project lenses and brightness, but I do know that Freestyle has a peak brightness of 500 lumens, which is meant to be very good for nighttime viewing and decent for daytime viewing. With curtains closed, obviously, I wouldn't recommend it otherwise. Also, this is only 1080p, so everything will be downscaled from 4K,
But luckily, this is done very well and I didn't notice any sort of artifacts, and with HDR10 support, I must say the colors and the clarity from this thing is actually incredible. Obviously not the 4K level I get from my QN95A, but it is very comparable. You know, I tried a lot of content from Netflix, Disney and Amazon, along with 2 of my 4K Blu-ray discs, and I came out feeling really good about it. You know, I've been using this thing a lot more than I thought, especially to watch stuff in the bedroom. You know, convenience, not to leave the bed, right? I mean, I'm pretty happy with the sound that this produces, especially the decent level of bass. So I don't really see any reason for me to get out of my bed and come to my living room and watch TV anymore. Now, if you already have a 4K TV in your house, this probably won't impress you with any of the next-gen consoles. But that's not to say you can't take this with you and have a game of FIFA or a Mario Kart on a 100-inch screen hanging out with your mates, right? So I tested this on my Switch first and I was very impressed at how good it looks on a large screen. Obviously, you know, Switch is 1080p, so, you know, it's almost like perfect for this. I also tested on my PC, you know, as you can see, the max resolution you can get is 1080p, but looks really good. You know, for PC you get this mode called graphics mode. It somehow kind of reduces the vividness of the colors, so I ended up staying with the entertain mode. Now, with game mode turned on, I think gameplay was super smooth overall. You know, I don't think this is gonna impress any sort of competitive gamers, but for any casual, regular gamers like me, this is perfectly fine. I tried this with my PS5. I thought, I mean, why the heck not, right? So I must say, I came out very impressed with the quality of the output, especially the colors and HDR playing Horizon Forbidden West and also the new Matrix Unreal Engine 5 demo. Obviously, you know, you are limited to 60 FPS because of HDMI 1.4, but using it in fidelity mode with a maximum of 30 frames per second, it looks superb. Overall, I think this can be a seriously good device for gaming on a large screen. I'm thinking this is perfect if you're traveling and want a nice big screen in your hotel room and play some games, you know. So Samsung advertises this thing as an all-rounder, which means it can go beyond usual movies and games. You know, now, if you are familiar with Samsung TVs, you must have seen the new ambient mode, right? This device sort of takes it to the next level with like mood lighting, window-like scenes, wall art, neon signs, your own photo album, and heck, even a lamp using a really calming kaleidoscope-like projections, which was attracting me like a moth to a flame. Yeah, and these are obviously really good features, but whether or not it will be used regularly is an entirely different question. But kudos to Samsung for creating all this into this tiny little device. Okay, first things first. If you're looking for a proper home theater type setup, this isn't for you. You know, this is more for casual watching, in my case, you know, as a makeshift TV in my bedroom. But having said that, you can connect the projector to a Bluetooth soundbar if you wish to, or even using the EARC, but I wouldn't recommend using it as a main one, obviously. I think this will really suit somebody who travels a lot and wants to have access to a large screen, perhaps in a hotel room. Imagine, you know, instead of watching movies on your phone or tablet, just use this portable TV to kind of blast it onto the screen. You know, how great would that be? This would also be a great device for parties. You know, you can have this on the side, kind of displaying neon lights, albums, you know, using the ambient mode. Or if you have some friends around, have a big screen to play some Mario Kart, as I said earlier, or Dance Away to Just Dance. I think the possibilities are unlimited. Now, obviously, I said a lot of good things about this device, but there are some things I don't like. So, first of all, the interface. I mean, it generally works well, but it can be sluggish at times where you press a button and you have to wait for a good 5 seconds to see the effect on the screen. It can be annoying, but hopefully this is something Samsung will address with software updates. Second thing is, if you have a Samsung TV in the same room or very close to the projector, the remote basically controls them both at the same time. It can get really annoying where your TV starts responding to everything you do on the projector, and this also happens with your TV remote. So the only solution I have found so far is to unplug the device you're not using, which isn't ideal, but I guess not terrible. Anyways, lastly, this is more of a wish list actually. You know, as much as you want to call this a portable projector, I feel the lack of inbuilt battery kind of restricts it from being fully portable. Especially with the short cable that's supplied with the device. I mean, you may not always have a plug socket available near an empty wall, and the type of external battery this projector needs, it's extra weight to carry around, so makes it a little bit less portable. So hopefully Samsung will address this in the next version, with inbuilt battery. One more thing, again minor, I wish it had an additional USB-C port, because the one which it has is always used for power. So you can't really use it for anything else. I'm thinking the ability to have, a media playing straight out of a USB drive, memory card, etc. would have been cool. Imagine getting back home or getting back to your hotel and wanting to see your shorts, videos straight away through the projector. Again, I hope Samsung would consider in the future. So in conclusion, I think this is a phenomenal device for a first generation. I mean, no doubt it's an expensive device at £1,000 and $900, but the amount of features it offers makes it the smartest projector in the market. And I'm sure with firmware updates, it can only get better, right? I mean, based on the fact that it is pretty much sold out everywhere, I'm led to believe it is really popular, and rightly so. I definitely see myself using it on a daily basis as my second TV in the bedroom, and the fact that it is very compact and hardly takes any space on the bedside makes it stand out for me compared to closest competition. I mean, I'm sure some people may be put off by the fact that it is 1080p, but trust me, this thing produces incredible quality images and won't feel like you're missing out. I can definitely see Samsung release a 4K version at some point in the future, hopefully with a built-in battery, but for now, I totally recommend this device. Anyways, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, thanks a lot for sticking around. I hope this was useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop down in the comments. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time.